Vote for Emily by William Faulkner. In a town named Alder, Grierson family was well known because of them being one of the noble families. Colonel Sartoris, the mayor of the town, was an old, fat, and judgmental person. He proclaimed that no Negro woman should appear on the streets without an apron. He was kind of a racist. One fateful day, he went to see Mr. Grierson to talk about serious issues about the town of Alder. Good day, Mr. Grierson. I'll be straightforward with you. Our town needs to be renovated, but tax fund isn't enough for the renovation. I came here to ask for your help. Could you lend our town some money, if that's okay with you?
I am more than willing, Colonel. I'll lend you some money for the improvement of this town. You need not worry, Colonel Sartoris.
So, Mr. Grierson lends Colonel Sartoris some of his money. The town improves. As years passed by, Colonel Sartoris died. The new generation, with smaller ideas, became mayors and aldermen. The new generations are more idealistic, more clever and smarter. The Board of Aldermen tackled an issue about the taxes of Miss Emily Grierson, the only daughter of Mr. Grierson. They wrote her a formal letter asking her to pay tax, but they didn't get any reply from her. So, they decided to talk personally to Miss Emily. They were admitted by the Negro servant named Toby into a dim hall. The Negro is old and sick-looking. The house of Emily smelled like dust, a close, dark smell. The alderman saw a portrait of Miss Emily's late father before the dusty, old fireplace. They rose when Miss Emily entered. Miss Emily was a small, fat, and serious-looking woman. Miss Emily, we are here to inform you that your taxes in Jefferson must be paid immediately. I have no taxes in Jefferson. Colonel Sartoris explained it to me. Perhaps one of you can gain access to the city records and satisfy yourself. But we have. We are the city authorities, Miss Emily. Didn't you get a notice from the sheriff, signed by him? I received a paper. Perhaps he considers himself the sheriff. I have no taxes in Jefferson. But there's nothing on the books to show that, you see. We must go by the... See, Colonel Sartoris, I have no taxes in Jefferson. But Miss Emily... See, Colonel Sartoris. She vanquished the officer who came to her house. The other men were a bit shocked because Colonel Sartoris had been dead for almost 10 years. They thought Miss Emily is crazy. 2 years later, after her father's death, a short time after, her sweetheart, the one who villagers believed would marry her, deserted her. People hardly saw her going out from her house after all that incident occurred. The only sign of life about the place was the Negro servant Toby going in and out with a small blue market basket. Just as if a man, anyone could keep a kitchen clean. The villagers were not surprised when the annoying smell from Miss Emily's house developed. It was another link between the gross, teeming world and the high and mighty Griersons. A woman complained to Judge Stevens, the mayor, about the depressing smell coming from the house of Miss Emily.
But what will you have me to do about it?
Why send her word to stop it? Isn't there a lock?
I'm sure that won't be necessary. It's probably just a snake or rat that nigger of hers killed in the yard. I'll speak to the Negro man about it.
The next day, the mayor received 2 more complaints. One from a man who came in different deprecation.
We really must do something about it, Judge. I'll be the last one to bother Miss Emily, but we've got to do something.
That night, the Board of Aldermen met 3 gray-bearded men and 1 younger man, a member of the rising generation. It's simple enough. Send her word to have her place cleaned up. Give her a certain time to do it, and if she doesn't...
Damn it, sir. Will you accuse a lady to her face of smelling bad?
So the next night, 4 men crossed Miss Emily's lawn like burglars. They broke open the cellar door and sprinkled the limes there and in all the outbuildings. After a week or 2, the smell went away. That was when people had begun to feel really sorry for her. Even with insanity in the family, I would not have turned down all my chances if they had really materialized. Presently, the villagers often saw her with a foreman named Homer Barron, a Yankee, a big, dark, and ready man with a big voice. and eyes lighter than his face. At first, the villagers were glad that Miss Emily would have an interest because all of the ladies said that the person would not think seriously of a northerner, a day laborer. But there were still others, especially older people, saying, "Poor Emily," until one day, Emily goes to the drugstore. "Hey, druggist, I want some poison." "Yes, Miss Emily, what kind of poison?" "I want the best you have. I don't care what kind. Just give me the best." For rats or for such?" "Arsenic. Is that a good one?" "Yes, ma'am, but what you want?" "I want arsenic. But the law requires you to tell what you are going to use for it." "Oh, please, Miss Emily, don't stare me down mysteriously." "Okay, then, I'll deliver it to your house." "Thank you." So, the delivery of arsenic was successfully delivered at Miss Emily's house. So the next day, all her neighbors think that Emily will kill herself because Homer Byron likes men, and it was known that she drank with younger men in Elks Club. In shorter words, Homer Byron is gay. But 2 days later, the villager learned that Emily bought man's toilet set in silver and a complete outfit of men's clothing, including a nightshirt. Because of that, the villagers all thought that Miss Emily and Homer Byron are married already. But the villagers never again saw Homer come out to Emily's house. "Look at Miss Emily. She had grown fat and her hair was turning gray." From the time on, her front door remained closed, save for a period of 6 to 7 years, when she was 40, during which she gave lessons in China painting. "I will make one of the downstairs rooms as my studio for my teaching." While her China painting was going on, the daughter and granddaughter of Colonel Sartoris were sent to her. Meanwhile, the taxes had been remitted. Then, the newer generation became the backbone and the spirit of the town. When a town got free postal delivery, Miss Emily alone refused to let them fasten the metal numbers above her door and attach a mailbox to it. Daily, monthly, yearly, the other men noticed that the Negro servant Toby was the one who goes in and out with the market. "Look at the Negro servant Toby, grow, grayer, and more stoop." Each December, the politician sent Miss Emily a tax notice, which would be returned if it's unclaimed. The other men now and then would see her in one of the downstairs window, and so she died. Fell ill in the house, filled with dust and shadows. They did not even know that she was sick. They had long since given up trying to get any information to the Negro servant Toby. "Hey, how was Miss Emily doing?" Toby, the Negro servant, did not talk to no one, for his voice had grown harsh and rusty as if from disuse. Emily died in one of the downstairs rooms, in a heavy walnut bed with a curtain, her gray head propped on a pillow, yellow and moldy with age and lack of sunlight.
Good day. Come in.
The Negro left and leave the house of Garrison, and then... "Excuse me, who are you? Are you related to Miss Emily?" "Yes, we are. We're her cousins." They held a funeral on the second day, with the town coming to look Miss Emily's beneath a mask of bowls, flowers with the crayon face of her father, musing profoundly above the bier, and the ladies sibilant and macabre, and the very old men, some in their brushed Confederate uniforms. "If Miss Emily is still alive, I will ask you to hang out with me." They already knew that there was one room in that region above stairs which one had been seen in 40 years, and which would have to be forced. They waited until Miss Emily was decently in the ground before they opened it. "Guys, have you seen the house of Emily? Come on, let's go and check it out." "Hey, help me to open this door." Wow, this room seems look pretty. It's like a brother room. Yes, you're right. But why is there so many men stuff here? I don't know. Oh my goodness, what's this? Dust? Ew! And the other neighbor noticed that in the second pillow, there was an imitation of a head. "What's that? Is that a hair?" and everybody was shocked. Cast of characters. Melanie Fabul as Miss Emily Grierson, Carson Bautista as the mayor in the Toby, Zinea Agata Abdon as the elder woman and one of the neighbor, Charisse Animas as Colonel Sartoris and one of the neighbor, Ardy de la Cruz as Mr. Grierson, Rona Limbo as the druggist, one of the neighbor and one of her cousin, and Bea Marie Catinco as the neighbor, and I, Shannon Rivera, as the narrator. Thank you very much.